What's going on, everyone? It's the People's Envoy Updog here with you, and we got week 5 for season 11 Crucible recap, and we're gonna kick it off with a couple of extreme counters. Now, I know it's not as exciting as some of the ones I've done in the past, but thought it would be nice to know that at least if you don't have any other options to use and you got an extreme you got to take out, here's some other options here. So first up is going to be Night Stalkers with Ares into Extreme. It's a pretty, well, they got Titania in there, they've got Dazzler in there. No Nightcrawler, so take that for what it is. But let's go see how this goes here. Now, I was super busy this week, that's why I didn't get a lot of videos out, but so this is going to be a replay, played back, so here we go. Alright, so we load in, Blade goes first, we're going to ult into that Absorbing Man, going to take out about half of his health, pretty good chunk, and Titania gets blind as well because I have the Awakened passive, so that always helps as well. Oath gets a turn, she gets to ult, and this Absorbing Man should die. Yep, there he goes. So looking pretty good so far, but this match, if you saw the score there at the beginning, it does get dragged out quite a bit. So, but like I said at the beginning, it is an option to use if you don't have any other thing, because if you're working through a really tough turtle defense, you got to do what you got to do. So here comes Dazzler with her ult. She's going to put slow on everybody, which is fine for the Night Stalkers because Blade will flip that slow. So that's another reason why I thought this counter would be pretty good. But again, just takes quite a while. Not even through the rogue yet. You know, once you drop her low enough, she'll go into stealth. Not even to that point yet. Man-Thing's hanging on the thread. Then we special here with Oath to get all 3 of those characters right there. Dazzler's about dead. Probably should have been working on the Gambit a little more, because he will get an ult here in a minute. That stun really hurt. Now, if it was a... No, never mind, no. I was going to say, if it was a stun on the Night Stalkers, it would have gotten flipped, but no, it just applies to the slow, not to all the negative effects. So we can't get to the Gambit, we're just going to kill off this rogue. Then we'll be able to get to the Gambit. Now luckily the sustainability for Night Stalkers is what kind of kept us in this match. And so that is one of the positives about using this team. Alright, so just finishing off Rogue here, and Gambit should bleed out. Yep, there we go. There you have it. So that was my only good match in round 1. Now, round 2 we had 2 good ones. But like I said, we're going to show off an extreme counter again. This time is one where I've seen quite a bit used against my extremes. So I'm like, alright, well, let's see how it goes. The new Doctor Strange rework definitely helps out on this match, so let's go take a look. Alright, so we have to go into Absorbing Man, and this one does have a Nightcrawler too, so. Now this team does have a Nightcrawler too, so it's a little bit tougher. Now, Miss Hardlight is taking the hits, as she likes to do. So we are protected from everyone else, or everyone else on my team is protected anyway. Rogue goes in for the Black Cat, but she can't be rewound because she has those death proofs, so we are good there. I chose to do a basic. I want to save that special for my next turn. Forge gets to go, unfortunately. Pretty bad, but it is what it is. I go for the special on the Nightcrawler. I probably should have done it on Gambit, though. Or at least targeted Forge and got the Nightcrawler and Gambit. But, or maybe there was a taunt there still. I didn't catch that part. Don't remember exactly. Maybe I was forced into it, but just waiting for Doctor Strange to take a turn here. His special is now unavoidable, so that will get past those nasty evades that this team has. But what do you know it? My Doctor Strange gets stunned. I have the worst luck, and I still pull it off, so we're gonna ult into Rogue there to copy all those positive effects. And just keep on hitting into that Rogue, doing as much damage as we can. We want her to drop into stealth. There she goes. Robbie doing a lot of damage on his end. All of his flips. We stun the Nightcrawler, so that way he can't ult onto us. Oh, Gambit bled out. That was good. Key to have a Striker Robbie, especially purple Striker Robbie, definitely helps. Now we're going to ult with Photon. And Forge is dead. So, it's not an efficient match, but it can win. Especially if your Doctor Strange doesn't get stunned. That would be ideal. So now we're finally going to do the special here. He flips all those buffs on Rogue. And now we get to ability block Nightcrawler before he gets to go again. So yet another way to control him from keeping him from doing his ult. And it's just a matter of time before we finish this off here. I wanted to get rid of the Nightcrawler because he was still dangerous. At this point, Rogue isn't as dangerous. She's done all of her big moves. And there we go. So, not exactly efficient, but we'll take it. Well, this is what happens when you're in a hurry and don't record your videos, your matches rather, and then they take the replays away. So I thought I had a recording of this match. This was going to be the third match of the video. I'll just kind of walk you through it. Black Knight with Annihilators and Dorm in room 6, and when you don't have a Super Scroll with Annihilators, it makes it a lot easier to use a team like this. Alright, so basically what happened was 2099 went first and stripped all the buffs from the Annihilators because Apoc has that, obviously, the safeguard removal. So we flipped all those, and it is kind of important to know that I do have a purple skirmisher on 2099 just so he gets extra focus. He does get extra focus of clearing positive effects, but when it comes to applying the negative effects like slow and defense down, that's what the extra focus is for that. Because he gets like bonus focus in his kit for clearing, but not for applying. So it's very key that you apply, especially a slow on Gore here, because that way he will be slow enough where you can stun him and he won't cause you problems. Because when he takes his ultimate, he'll clear those charges from Weaver, and then it's really bad news. So that's why it's important for 2099 to have Purple Skirmisher 3 on him. Give that extra focus because of the new stats that Annihilators have. And then after Weaver and 2099 go, Red Hulk goes, and I believe it was like Gladiator, Thanos, and Gore, I think, all next to each other. And so I just specialed right into the Thanos and cleared the revives off of those three. So with the Red Hulk special, that clears revives, and it'll clear revives on adjacents if you have Apoc. So then after that, let's see, stun. I think I stunned Gladiator with Nova after that. And then Apoc ulted. Well, okay, Apoc ult was first, and then Nova stun on Gladiator. And you punch the Thanos with the Apoc, kill him, make sure that passive doesn't go off. And from there, or I might have punched the Black Knight, actually. I forgot. Forgot about Black Knight here, yeah. I think I punched the Black Knight just to make sure we don't get extra damage on us, because this is room 6, we can't heal. You can see my Red Hulk was on his last HP, and Weaver was really low. So that's how you do it. So let's go back over to the actual recordings. This is a double-sacked Odin Illuminati team, and I've heard good things about this counter, so I thought I'd try it. So let's go show you what happened. So we did double sack this. So I drew as many abilities as I could on the first sacrifice attack. The second one, I used like a Phoenix team to kind of drain the health. Obviously, I don't know if there's a visual bug or they just healed up or what happened, but let's go show you how it worked here. It is kind of important to kind of draw the... It is kind of important to draw the Captain Britain stun, at least one of them if you can. He has 2 stuns, so what you do with Nightcrawler is you stun the Shuri. You give speed. Well, you don't give speed to anybody really, but that opening stun is very important. Then you ult with Green Goblin. Odin is going to special. And then all into Odin, trying to get him out of there as soon as possible. Now this version is with Mr. Fantastic, which I've heard mixed reports on. This version's harder, the one with Black Bolt's harder, so I'll show you after this match. I did the same thing against a Black Bolt comp, and we'll compare scores and everything. So, I did the special on Odin there with Old Man Logan, not for the stun, but because of the ISO, the striker attack onto Odin, just to get more damage on it. So, it's a little bit of a waste, but just trying to get through him as fast as possible. Now, Nightcrawler's going to take an ult here. Got rid of Hank, that was good. Now, the reason I'm showing this match in particular is because this one has a 1 diamond Captain Britain, and everybody else is 3 diamonds, and then the 7 red Odin, so it's a bigger team, and I still was able to do it. The other team was just a little bit smaller, and only had a 5 red Captain Britain, so... But they had Black Bolt, so more health on their end. So we lost Lizard, that's fine, he was kind of there just to take some hits. Now we got Old Man Logan ult coming through, killing off the Mr. Fantastic and the Captain Britain. We got Gabi and Logan, I'm liking my chances here. Although, man, that just took out like 3/4 of Gabi's health. But with Old Man Logan having a revive and doing all that damage, it's pretty much over for Odin. Takes a few more turns here, I think, because he heals up, which is super annoying. But, yeah, that's how you counter him. There you go, Old Man Logan, the last man standing. How fitting. Alright, so here is what I used for the other team. This was round 2 here. The recording I just showed was round 3, so trying to adjust and make changes to that counter, but basically a little bit smaller of a team. This team had Black Bolt and still came down to Logan, but it wasn't any problem. It's just what happens in this kind of match. You just all down to Old Man Logan, so either way, Mr. Fantastic or Black Bolt, it'll work the same. Alright, so last one up is going to be a Spider Society with Black Cat in room 3. And I was kind of debating, actually spent quite a bit of time thinking through how to counter this. And I thought originally about doing just a regular Spider Society, but I didn't feel comfortable getting behind the speed too much, because if you do straight Spider Society, Pav won't spawn with speed up, your Pav won't, and then you just kind of sit there and they attack into you so much, and it's not fun. So, I just decided to do the mirror, so let's go take a look here. Alright, so we start off, nobody's getting speed up yet on spawn. It's just on spawn what Black Cat blocks, so you can get speed up later in the match. So my penny goes first. I guess I win the coin flip there. And so when you're also, that reminds me, when you're doing a mirror match against spiders, I found that it's really helpful to have Penny as a skirmisher. That way you for sure land that stun on their Penny and then the ability block over here on Peter. So that is my recommendation. And then you can run, if you normally run Pav, a Raider, you can run him as a striker at that point if you do that. So that is my recommendation on that. We stunned the Pav with the Black Cat. And my Peter got stunned, unfortunately. But luckily his passive still works through stun, where he's healing everybody. And he gets a turn. And now you can see we got a bunch of speed ups out there because of Pav doing his ult. And that's why I stunned their Pav, so that he didn't do his ult and give everybody speed up. So now I'm the one that's ahead of the turns and causing all sorts of havoc and damage and chaos. So, and we get Peter down here, I believe. Yep, there he goes. Now we got to work on Penny. We can't get to Black Cat because she's in stealth. I would kind of like to get to her, but we get the ability block on Penny, luckily. I was a little worried there because of the deflect, but got that as well. And then we will ult with Peter. Refresh that immunity on everybody. So I want to go after that Black Cat, get her out of here. But now she's gone. Just got to worry about the last three here. And it's really no worry because we got these slows out there. We've got blinds. We're sitting pretty good. Even that Pavel really only hurt Black Cat, which she's done her job at this point in the match. No, not really worried if I lose her. But she does have some good sustain getting all those regens from Peter. So I do have a purple healer, Peter. So it is a long match, drains efficiency, but then my opponent didn't have spiders to use on offense, so it's kind of a risk. Kind of a risk to put spiders on defense because most people now have spiders on offense, and so yeah, if you get stuck in that situation, it's not pretty. There we go. So 3-0 this week for me is a great week. Finally bouncing back here a little bit. I'm, rank 65. Looking forward to the upcoming week. I've got a lot of people that I know that I could be facing, so it's going to be exciting. Keep an eye out for the video next week. I might do 3 videos depending on who I face, so we'll see how that goes. But until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we will see you around.